Well, you're welcome. Final part or bits of the show here, and I'm enjoying the strips that we're about to show to you guys for today. We've got a very interesting one, albeit that today we have from just 2 dailies today, and that's the Daily Trust and I think Business Day, because they've got such fantastic strips and they're cartoonists. Absolutely grand. I'm not going to be doing this all by myself. Of course, Judith will be joining me in analyzing some of these. Woohoo! Now, if you had comments from during the week about the situation in Nigeria, Judith, you better bring them all out now. Let's take a look at this strip here from the Business Day. We've got about 3 of them, 2 of them related from the Business Day. But let's start with this one now. Now, God disposes JAMB. I don't know what it does and why, Now, this is the situation I was talking about from earlier. Oh, my God. No, you wait.
No.
Hold on, Judith. Hold on, Judith.
No,
We've got another one.
I'm sorry, I can't hold it. What the?
We've got another one. We've got another one from Business Day as well
that
has to do with the same situation. But let's go back to that one from before now. Let's talk about this big snake here that we're all
listen.
So JAMB came out to say that Nigerian youth are actually, well, let's just put it like it is, nonsense. You guys aren't doing well. It seemed, even to me at that point, like it was an indictment on the education system, on JAMB itself. We also had the situation where the JAMB registrar actually told how he cried. He cried on live television.
And the man wept.
If you were tuned, and the man wept. If you were tuned to JAMB television, you would have seen this happen. Let's take a look at this. I wonder where the tears are coming from. Guilt? No. Garnish. He's just cooking something. Of course.
Swear.
Who's cutting onions?
I swear. Let him cook. Let him
nice
cook.
one. Nice one. It's funny now, but it was rather distasteful to actually see the initial claim by the registrar regarding the situation of things. I was asking, shouldn't we be actually asking you how bad you've done? Now, there were moments of absolute glitches, like the other cartoon was trying to tell, when it comes to the computer-based test that the students were supposed, the candidates were supposed to sit through. It was a horrendous experience for them to now come out and say, hey, we did our bit, we eliminated exam malpractice, and this is what we get. Half of Nigerian students didn't seem to know what to do, or didn't seem to pass the examination. I don't know, there's indictment on every single juncture that you get to when it comes to the instance here with the Nigerian education system, and it's a very poor reality, if you ask me. Your take, Judith.
Look, this is, tears cannot cover inconsistency, incompetence, and just outright sheer disregard for the lives of your students. And listen, I don't think JAMB really understands what they are. And I think that people need to, because this is not the first time, second or third time that the registrar has to come out every single time to put out a statement or be the face, the front-facing person of this issue, right? The JAMB itself needs to understand that they are the body and the custodian for the entry examination into universities. If they cannot take that job very seriously by having mock examinations, and even test trials with students, and also figure out the logistical issues long before the D-Day, they might as well leave the entry exams for all universities.
What you're saying is you want to prepare the students with these mock exams and test trials. But how about, let's put it this way, how about they prepare themselves for these exams? Because most of the situation was because of the glitches. This is what the candidates actually claim, that JAMB itself was not prepared, not the students.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay, so we're on the same page then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? But in mock examinations is that when you try those things out, when you do the trial, then the students get used to the computer-based, the computers themselves. They anticipate what the issue is, what the glitches that will happen on the D-Day, and then they correct themselves ahead of the D-Day. Because you have to put into cognizance or into notes that Nigeria, we have internet problems.
Nigeria happens.
It will happen, you know.
We had the case of WIAC over the week where students in Delta State were actually writing the exams with flashlights. I don't know why it took all the way into nighttime, but they were actually writing
and your computer-based test examination, we already know that, you know, there's some persons who are not proficient with the computer themselves. True. You know, and they are far to reach regions where they have to go to those centers. So you have to put all of that into factor. Again, for leadership to happen, you must have foresight, proactiveness, and you must be clairvoyant. If you cannot do the job, please step down. Thank you, sir.
Are you going to be awarding the JAMB Registrar for his performance? I don't know. Did you like it? Was it a good one? Was it, you know, telenovela worthy?
Masino, come on now. Don't. It's okay. I've done enough today. Don't let DSS come to look for me, please.
Okay, now let's move on now to Daily Trust. We've got something very interesting on the pages of Daily Trust. I love Bulama's cartoons. First off, let's just take in this. Very beautiful, very colorful always, and he always seems to get the situation right.
Oh, man.
More Nigerians to sink into poverty by 2027, say the World Bank. All right, that is clear. Let that sink in for a moment. Now, this is not what we agreed on. Under this very interesting picture here, you see very fat-cheeked Nigerians. I will not mention exactly of what class or where exactly or whom they might be. And they are asking everybody else to keep holding it up, keep trying. Nigeria will get better, we'll all get there, while they're plucking these very ripe, luscious fruits from the tree, the national wealth. We spoke about this many times inside of the show today, how Nigerians are groaning under the pressure of the economy. Yet, we've heard that there are petrol subsidies that have been infused into the Nigerian system, and we're supposed to be reaping the dividends of this. We've heard that our inflation rate is going to go down. It'll go down. You guys just wait. So look at that. Don't worry. The inflation rate will go to, by December it will be 15%. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. And we're there growing.
Point again at him. Do it again. Don't worry.
But this is such a brilliant depiction of
I love those
that we've been talking about all day.
I absolutely love it. But what's very heart-wrenching is that even the future of Nigeria is suffering, all thanks to it being depicted in the photograph by that mother who is, you know, backing a child, all right? The child too is in this thing with us. Yeah. You know, by extension, the mother, the child has to be in it because he or she is strapped to the back of the mother. Whilst, you know, everybody is touching us.
It's very, very. If you look at the minutiae of this, there's excess, is my point, and there's food plucking. And then you get the crumbs, which just falls your way. And you can see, so Bulama, man, I don't know, you're such an incredible artist.
It's self-explanatory.
We have to give you an award sometime on this show. Maybe invite you even over sometime.
Yeah, it would be fun to have all of them.
There's another one by
Bulama. You put a nail on their back because everyone knows what their faces. Yeah.
There's another one by Bulama for the Daily Trust, if I'm not mistaken. Let's take this one away and put that one on. This is a very interesting one. In fact, it involves one of our senators. No, not this one. Hang on. This isn't the one I was referring to. Not that one neither. There's a third one coming up. If I'm not mistaken, we should get that one in a minute. Oh, we don't have that one. Oh, but it was a very interesting take on the situation with Senator Nwamboe, where he was telling about the Nigerian airport, the Abuja airport, and the villages surrounding the Abuja airport. Now, this was the situation. I'll try and paint this picture for you. The picture showed an airplane landing. However, it also said, no, we don't like the look of this place, so we can't land here. What had happened was, during the week, on the floor, the senator had told that the Nigerian government should consider resettling the villages who are around the airport as you enter into Nigeria, saying that this is the face of Nigeria as you're introduced to it. So let's take away these people because he doesn't like seeing these visuals as he's entering into Nigeria. And it just gives a very interesting perspective as to what the people at the top, or guys at the top, are thinking, while the people down under, not in those planes, are groaning through life. Yet they are faced with these instances of maybe perhaps being ejected from their motherland. And I really wish that we could have put that one up because it was what I was really excited about today. Your take on it?
Masino,
remember, this is the same senator that went back to back with it.
My friend now, that's my friend.
Exactly.
That's my guy. What are you talking about? Look, I said this earlier on the show. As long
there
as...
we go. That's the one. That's the one. Oh, there it is. This face spoils the landscape of the National Assembly. It should be recalled. There's a video I hope that we can get as well. It's the live video from the floor of the National Assembly where he was telling this. But you were saying...
Look, I will say this. As long as there's public, as long as the government or the public or the ruling party or professional politicians continue to make headlines in this sort of removed manner from reality, public scrutiny will always take front, right? And that's why I will always say that our ruling class or ruling elites or professional politicians have to continue, must put themselves back in the shoes of the masses. And they must come down to reality. I know it's hard. I know that breeze from the AC is touching you. I get it. But I think it must come back, to reality, and also just touch base with the grassroots. I want to say touch base with the grassroots, right? And feel the pulse of what the people is, because
tomato, yes. Well, I would like to see exactly how far his submission would go, if it would be taken relevant. Maybe not, but I don't think that it was. I thought it was rather insensitive, especially at this time, for anybody to be facing relocation, and not just relocation, but enforced relocation. Not a good look for the Nigerian government. It's just
no empathy, no sympathy, no proactiveness, no moving on. Anyways, my friends.
Listen, he's your friend, and let's go back to one of those that I ejected from before. Not that one. We had a couple others that we were supposed to talk about. Thank you very much. Let's talk about this now. The endorsement by the president, by the rest of the APC and 22 governors, and also senators and all the rest. 2027 Northwest APC endorses Tinubu for continuity. Northwest, the poorest region, not just that, the most insecure region, the most uneducated region. Now, you would want change, but we see support instead. And one would wonder exactly why. This picture here sees them blindfolded, and we're talking about the northern governors here, I think, maybe even the youth leaders and all of that. And you see them holding really fat laps of turkey or whatever protein that might be, with 2027 ticket written on it. Them hoisting the flags till 2027, and then a representation of the masses there in the north, by the way, as you can see. Uneducated, hungry, despondent. And at the top, the representation for insecurity, bandits.
Babu Kurafi.
Fantastic picture here.
I know.
Put together by the Daily Trust. And once again, Bulama. It excites me when I see his cartoons. Your take, Judith.
At the end of that signpost, there is a Buba Kurafi. What does that mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
Babu Kurafi.
Let's get Collins to
Collins is not as proficient as you think. Collins is fake.
Collins, get the interpretation for us so that we can tell exactly.
Collins is fake. But also, look at how the town is on fire, because there's smoke just coming out from the roof there.
Yeah, that's everything going wrong in the
northwest. But of course, those three men, of course, represent the governors of the northwest. And then the bandits hanging on the signpost, like you rightfully put, they ate with that one. Nicely done. The leaders of the north, the beef I have with them is I think it's bigger than what they have in their hand in that picture. You get it? Because the beef it's huge, it's humongous, and I don't think that I have enough time to dissect into this. But I would say that this also shares. I don't think it's just the northwest governors, but it's all the 22 governors who have endorsed.
North Central, you mean? Who
have endorsed the president, for 2027. Again, this is a distraction from what is really going on. Barely 2 years into this administration, onto all of the administration, whether voted under the APC umbrella or the PDP umbrella or whatever umbrella they came under. It is really, really unfair that they are being distracted by this ticket instead of them, or by this whole political allegiance, as opposed to, because your allegiance and your alliance should be to the people, but it's not. and it's likely to defeat this. So.
It's to self-preservation. That's exactly what it is.
It's
unfair. It would seem, and this is not my personal take, but it would seem that the support is also being tuned by the same thing.
But why are you preserving yourself? What about the other people that vote for you now? If they're all under those buildings that will now vote for you.
Like, by the way, Collins, congratulations. Thank you very much, Collins. You are no longer fake. He has come up with the translation. Babu Karafi actually means nothing to explain. Nothing to declare.
Oh my God, I love it. I love it. Listen. Hey, delicious. That's a good picture. Should we frame?
Delicious. Whose side are you on? I don't know. Whatever side you're on, it's okay.
Please.
It's okay. It's a democracy. It's okay. So I think we've got one very final one, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think that's a very interesting one, how the youth are very, very concerned with other things instead of the climate change, religious tension, insecurity going on, and also poverty and poor education in Nigeria. That's just a simple, light one there from Daily Trust. I want to say thank you for these very interesting strips here from the two papers we selected to use today, the Business Day and also Daily Trust. Fantastic cartoonist Bulama and also Para as well. And we'll continue to see if we can get more of these. But you can also assist if you send us in anyone that you think from through the week next week. Hang on, this week. We could also show it here next week for Breakfast Extra.
Yeah.
It's been a fantastic show, hasn't it, Judith?
Oh, yes, it has. It's been wonderful. I mean, Saturday and Sunday, giving you the biggest headlines, the in-depth analysis, and, of course, some sprinkling of humor just for you.
Ah, yes, indeed.
Yeah,
Thank you very much, Judith. It's been a wonderful one. Thank you for welcoming me back. And, I'll be here again next week. Don't you worry, or rather next weekend. Don't you worry, viewers. But thank you very much. This is where we wrap up Breakfast Extra for is it the final week in May?
No, it's not. You have one more week. Yeah, you got one more weekend. I know. But also, and also do remember that you can tune in Monday to Friday for Breakfast Central. We have all the hosts. So the breakfast team will be back for you, and that's Oliver Modi, Bing, and of course Joe. They'll all be here for you Monday to Friday, giving you the biggest stories that happen with your, wake-up conversations to the newspaper analysis, and of course the biggest stories that they cover on there as well. We'll be back on Saturday and Sunday. I wanted to do something, but I don't have a clarification to do that, so I'll wait for Saturday to do that.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Goodbye, everybody.
Good night.